On this week's episode, we talk about Valorant. Enjoy the show.
What is going on, everybody? Oh my gosh. What's the Tuesday? This comes out on Tuesdays. What the hell am I talking about?
Dude, are you having a stroke? What the hell's going on?
This is one of the many strokes I've had.
It is.
Not M-I-N-I, M-A-N-Y.
Exactly.
But welcome to episode 105 of the One Up Me podcast. We talk all of your weekly video game news. My name is Ryan Smith, and as always, our friend is coming out of the bathroom.
Hey guys,
Hey, buddy.
Damn it.
I'll go in here and make no noise and pretend I don't exist again.
You should do that.
Thanks,
Bye.
buddy.
Jordan Sims is the other person on the podcast.
Hello. How y'all doing today? So, let's get into
So-
what we've been doing this week.
Well, I have been playing a very, very, very large. Well, you know what? No, just one. I'll say a very large amount of Valorant. If you don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but it is Riot's new first-person shooter. It's kind of like a lot of, Counter-Strike and a little bit of Overwatch. I think the game is really good. Obviously, if you don't know, I keep saying that, but it's in a closed beta right now. You can get access by watching certain streamers. So if you are interested in that, and go check that out. You haven't played it, have you? I heard you talking a little bit about it, but not much.
I haven't played it. I watched a couple of streamers with drops enabled to see if I could get into the beta. Didn't.
And you sure you
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I linked it and everything. Just
You
I don't
have
know
a Riot account? Yeah, you definitely have a Riot account. What am I talking about?
Yeah. I don't know if it's supposed to give you a Twitch notification or send you an email. Or...
I think it's both. There's a website. It might just be playvalorant.com.
Okay. I'll check my email too and see.
Yeah. Go check that out. And I've also heard, I'm not sure if this is true or not because they sounded kind of unsure when they said it, but I've heard that you might be able to just watch a stream, and then after you watch it for a little while, you don't even have to worry about it anymore. It queues you up. That gives you the chance. I mean, I watched literally, I had like 5 or 6 different streams pulled up of it for 2, 3, 4 hours. I got it after maybe 3 hours, maybe 4. I'm not sure, but I've had it for a bit. Since you haven't played it, obviously, I'll throw my 2 cents in. I haven't played nearly as much as a lot of these, streamers and content creators that have had access to it for a while and who have been grinding it. But I've played 5, maybe closer to, I'd say over 5 hours of it at this point. I've had it for like a week, maybe. No, you know what? No, I've played for more than 5 hours. What am I talking about? Yeah, I've probably played it for closer to 10 hours. I'm really enjoying it. It is definitely, it's slower in some ways. You can't just sprint around because your aim accuracy goes down a lot. The abilities are not as prevalent as in a game like Overwatch, but they are still powerful and effective in their own way. That you definitely have to play with them carefully. You have to think about how to use them. But there are some that might be a little overpowered, not nearly as much as maybe even any in Overwatch. There is a character that has a resurrection, but that is her ultimate, and she can only resurrect one of her teammates. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I'm not a big fan of resurrection mechanics in multiplayer games, so that was kind of bound to. That's just my opinion, so that makes sense. It was kind of annoying when Mercy. It's kind of annoying when Mercy does it, but then again, she gets that ability like every 30 seconds now, or something. But obviously, the big thing in this is the gunplay. It is an FPS after all, and I think that the gunplay feels very, very good. It feels like there's some weight behind it. The game, they're not. I think they. I say I think. It definitely feels like if you try to walk and shoot and run around, you just die immediately. If you're not, especially if you kind of run around corners and stuff, you will die immediately. This game definitely requires some sort of teamwork. You really want to be using your comms. I haven't been using my comms every game because I'm also trying to figure out the way the guns feel, the way the abilities feel. I've been using a lot of Raz. I think it's either Raze or Raz. I can't remember. She's very similar, I would say, kind of to Junkrat from Overwatch. She has these. She has a bunch of grenades. Her ultimate is a one-shot rocket launcher that it will kill. I think it might. I almost want to say it does 300 damage, and it has an AOE, an area of effect. It's not massive. I know some people think that she is overpowered. I don't know if that's certainly necessarily true, because if you play the game, I think it's the way it's designed, carefully, methodically, that they're not her abilities aren't that broken. I would say still kind of working my way, trying to get all the characters, because the way that you I think you can buy them, but I'm not gonna do that. It's similar to Rainbow Six Siege, in that you can also play the game and get the characters, although it feels like it's probably not as much grinding to get them as in Rainbow Six Siege. Also, I think the first 2 characters you get are much easier than the last ones. Character design is pretty cool. Like I said, I'm using a lot of this rocket launch character. There's a Genji type character that dashes around. Her ultimate is she basically throws kunais. There's a character that's kind of like Mercy combined with Mei, except for less annoying than that sounds. But yeah, I think it's got personality. Not as much. I don't think it has as much personality as a game like Overwatch. Then again, it is in a beta right now. If you're interested at all in FPSs, especially more tactical ones, like an Overwatch or a Rainbow Six Siege, or obviously a CSGO, I would definitely give this a go. It's on PC only, at least right now, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I think the controls feel very, very good.
Nice. It definitely looks. You can tell in watching it that it is more focused on gameplay than it is the abilities. It's not one of those where I wouldn't necessarily. It's not really flashy. It doesn't have like Overwatch or like Overwatch level abilities as far as the flashiness and the how
like
they
the
look.
graphics and stuff.
Yeah,
it's toned down from that. It's not quite as much of there's not quite as much flair.
Exactly, and you can really tell that it. I don't know. I guess at least from my perspective, watching it be played, I can feel the tacticalness of it, like as it's being played, how that's being done and everything like that, which is nice. It looks like they're doing a really good job of being able to polish everything out, and the beta is going well for them, and it looks like it's going to be a good release for them come summer.
Yeah, hopefully all of that runs smoothly. They get all the kinks worked out. There has definitely been some network issues for some people. People have been getting disconnected fairly frequently, I would say, which is annoying. But I feel like that they will have that lockdown. Feels like the way that they have been speaking about it, the way they have been talking about how they feel about the game, how they want to update it, that they'll probably have most of the kinks worked out. And I think the way the game looks and feels is great for a game that's in a beta.
Yeah, it definitely.
There are games that come out. Sorry, there are games that come out at launch and, for lack of a better term, play like shit.
Yeah, there are. There are definitely a lot of them that do that. So, did you ever recuperate from your bankruptcy on Animal Crossing?
Okay. I wasn't even going to talk about playing Animal Crossing before all this happened. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, I've been playing Animal Crossing every day, again, still. And I had invested in the turnip market, or the stalk market, as it's called. I think I spent like $25,000 on turnips, because it's kind of like, why not? It's fake money. Who cares? And I think I bought them at 109 a turnip, right? And then every day they went down, because you buy them on Sunday, and you can't sell them until Monday. You can't sell them. You buy them on Sundays, and you can only sell them on. You can sell them on every other day. There's a price in the morning, and there's a price afternoon. And I bought them for like 100, and then on Monday they were like 90. I was like, oh man, I'll wait a little bit. Long story short, by Saturday, because if you wait until Sunday, they rot because the turnip salesman comes back, and they won't. The Nook's Cranny, the store, the local general store, will not buy them on Sundays. By Sunday, they were like.
You mean by Saturday?
By Saturday afternoon, they had gone from. I bought them at over 100, and they were at like 50. So I just took like a 10 or 15,000 bell loss.
That's insane.
And what's I want to say funny. I mean, this is all funny. It's just a stupid game. This past Sunday, I spent even more money on turnips because they were cheaper. They were at 90-something bells.
Okay.
And today, Monday, I checked this morning and this afternoon. And this afternoon, excuse me, this afternoon, they were 39 bells for a turnip. I bought them at 92.
Man, I think you need to start investing your bells into something else.
There's nothing more to invest them in, man. This is the game. I can feel it in my fingers, baby.
There you go. All right. Well, maybe
I'm gonna be checking it morning and night. I've done a little bit of light reading on the subject. It's if I understood it right, which I probably didn't. It seems that there isn't a big pattern, but there are some kind of smaller ones. Maybe if it starts out low and it's low for a couple days, and then it might shoot back up. I'm hoping that that's what's happening here because I spent nearly 30,000 bells on this, so I can get my money back big. Damn, 39 bells.
No, next week's episode we'll let you know what the turnip prices are doing.
The stock, we'll keep you updated on the stock market.
Yeah,
I'm still enjoying that game a lot. And Daisy May, the little
snot
pig
pig,
she's just so damn cute that it's hard to resist.
She was pretty cute.
She's like, "Oh, hello. Would you like to buy some turnips?" Why, yes, I would. It's just you can't resist.
That's true. Okay. Then you jumped into the other Spectrum Entertainment.
The Weeaboo World.
Weeaboo World.
Yeah, I finished the Kaiji. I think I've talked about this on here. Yeah, I definitely have. What am I talking about? The gambling anime. Really, really good. I believe that there's still a spinoff, but there are 2 main seasons. I don't want to spoil anything here. If you like anime at all, really highly recommend this. I finished season 2. Really, really good. I don't know if it's as good as season 1, but in a way it's kind of more depressing because the main character has kind of become a gambling addict, which obviously sucks. Yeah, he was kind of, I don't want to say he got forced, but the situation he was in kind of, in a way, turned him into a gambling addict through processes that were not really his fault.
Okay, well that's
yeah, and you kind of follow his. You continue to follow his journey through the consequences of his and others' actions, and see where that kind of takes you. I mean, obviously, if you've seen the season 1, you don't really expect it to be super happy. There's a lot of really messed up things that happen, but it's very, very. There's funny parts, but the main premise is that it's super heart pounding. You really never know what's going to happen next. It has you on the edge of the seat. I mean, they play pachinko in this show, and it's as epic as some of the best fights in Naruto or something. It's insane. It's the meme is that anime can make anything exciting, and that's very true. And Kaiji is a prime example of that. I really, really still love the art style. I like the opening. The opening is by of season 2 is by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. They're pretty. They do several anime openings, and I like their music pretty well. Highly recommend it. Great story, very good, well-rounded characters. I really highly recommend it.
okay. Nice.
Also, staying on the anime train here, me and a friend, the same friend that I watched Kaiju with. After we got done with that, we didn't really have anything to do, so I had recommended because I'd seen the first 2 or 3 episodes of an anime called The Promised Neverland. I'm not going to spoil anything about this show, okay? We watched it all. There's 12 episodes. We got done with Kaiji at probably 6 or 7 o'clock in the afternoon or night, what time, whatever. And we just, even though I'd already seen the first 2 or 3 episodes, I was just like, yeah, I'll go ahead and watch these with you. It's so good. We got through all 12 episodes. Probably, it was sometime after midnight. It wasn't too bad. But, I mean, I would have stayed up until, for a couple more hours probably. Because I was planning on going to sleep around midnight. I just kept going. Oh, man, I got to watch the next episode. I got to watch the next episode. Similar to Kaiji, it has you on your seat, wondering what's going to happen next. I don't want to say why. I don't even want to say the genre of this show. Do not look up anything about it. Just watch it. Just watch it. The artwork is great. The music is great. The voice acting is spectacular. Just go watch it. The plot is just really, I think now probably coming into its own. The season 1 is almost like a really, really in-depth world builder. So I definitely recommend it. Definitely. And then finally, this is something that me and Jordan actually watched together. We finished The Witcher season 1.
Yeah, and that left me wanting more. So I actually jumped in and played some of The Witcher.
Oh, did you?
I hated it.
You hated it?
I played the first one.
Oh, you played the first. Why did you play the first one?
Because I own all of them for some reason, and
I think Epic or
I bought them on
GOG
when they were on sale or whatever, and so I jumped in and played some of The Witcher, the enhanced edition, and as badass as the voice, as badass as the narrator was, I didn't make it 30 minutes in. I hated the combat so much that I just couldn't do it. So I think I'm gonna just skip over the first and the second one and dive right back into the third one probably.
I just found a piece of a bookshelf.
Hey, we need that. Don't lose that.
I'm going to put it on the table.
There you go.
Push my mic out of the way.
But
the combat I don't know how much the combat changes. Have you played the third one?
Mm-hmm.
You've played the third one a little
bit. But
the
third one I have on my PS4, and it wasn't like a performance thing. It was just you couldn't swing. It had to be click, swing, it complete the whole action, and then you could tell it another action.
What's wrong with that?
I just didn't like it at all. I didn't like the way it played. So
I mean, you can't spam in the Witcher in
I'm
the
not,
Witcher 3 either.
I'm not looking to spam. I just wanted it to be more fluid, faster.
Okay, so I will tell you that it takes a bit.
Okay.
For the combat, because you have to unlock. You kind of have to unlock combos, and you have to go down a certain path, certain skill trees to get the combos. That it's not, I don't know, like a fighting game or something. You're not going to be doing these incredibly quick, fast. It's more, it doesn't feel like Dark Souls, but it is definitely slower and more methodical like Dark Souls. If you try to just run in, you will die. Like I was trying to tell you with Sekiro, if you try to do that spam shit, you're going to die. It's just not the way the game's designed. You're going to want to step back, use magic sometimes, heal, go in intentionally, because while it's not nearly as hard as the FromSoft games or Neo or something, it's not easy, and the combat's not designed to be.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll give the third one a second chance, and maybe I'll just figure out that particular combat style isn't for me. So who knows? But I dreadfully hated the first.
What kind of game combat do you like? I mean, you don't really play a lot of games with combat.
I like really,
at least melee combat.
I guess really just fast, kind of like a not beat 'em up games.
You're talking about like hack and slash.
Yeah,
okay.
Essentially.
Those aren't
just quick, where it's difficult, but it's not slow combat. Like I've played, range characters and stuff like that in different games, but
those are range characters. We're talking about melee characters.
yeah. But as far as melee goes, I don't like slow combat.
But do you have an example of a game that you like?
I don't like Monster Hunter World, for instance.
Monster Hunter World, the combat is slow as hell.
But you can use fast weapons.
Even the fast weapons aren't that fast though.
But still,
I don't think. See, I think the game is. I'd say that game is good, but I don't think that combat is even in the same tier. I don't think it's anywhere near a game like Sekiro or Bloodborne.
Okay. Maybe I just don't like those particular games.
I mean, you might not. And I'm not trying to compare The Witcher 3 or any of the Witchers. I've only played the third one to Bloodborne because it doesn't really feel like those games. It's just the combat. It's not a hack and slash game. It's not Kingdom Hearts. It's not Devil May Cry or God of War.
Now, I liked the combat in Sekiro. I just wasn't good at it.
Right.
I didn't hate that. Because you could do... I don't know. I guess it just felt... Maybe it's because I was playing on mouse and keyboard
I don't know.
The Witcher.
If you're talking about... Wait, what?
The Witcher.
Why were you playing... What?
Why was I playing The Witcher? Because I got it on GOG and I didn't think to connect my Xbox controller to it. So maybe that was a factor as well.
That's probably a factor.
So...
Yeah, I don't... You really like playing action games on a mouse and keyboard for some reason.
I really do like mouse and keyboard.
But every time... Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Anytime I've ever heard you play an action game on a mouse and keyboard, you always complain about it.
Maybe I just need to start playing action games with a controller.
When we were playing Monster Hunter World, you were complaining about it, and now you're complaining about it with The Witcher. So maybe
it is the mouse and keyboard.
This is a problem. I love mouse and keyboard for FPS or for strategy games, point and click adventures, obviously. But if I'm gonna play an action game, I all but need a thumbsticks and a controller.
Yeah, I think I'm just so used to using a mouse and keyboard with action games that I've played in the past, whether that be like MMOs or...
Those aren't action games, though.
Yeah, they are.
MMOs are MMOs.
Vindictus, Revelation Online, they have action.
They're not like Devil May Cry.
Vindictus is kind of.
What is Vindictus?
Vindictus is a Nexon MMO.
I don't know what the hell that is. It sounds like some...
It's old.
This sounds like some weeaboo stuff.
It's not. It's a...
I'm going to look this up.
Vindictus. Vindus.
Vindictus or Vindictus?
Vindictus. It's a hack and slash MMO.
I misspelled it. Vindictice.
Yep.
I'll say Vindictus game.
There you go. Yeah. I think Nexon is still supporting it.
You always have these weird ass MMOs.
Well, I used to only play MMOs, man.
God, this looks awful.
I didn't say it was pretty.
This looks like this. No, I'm talking. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not pretty, but
it's old.
It's also very. Oh no, Jordan.
Yeah, man.
This is one of the worst looking things I've ever seen. This looks like a 15-year-old's wet dream.
I didn't say it was a good game.
I mean, if this is hack and slash, you like the way it felt.
Yeah, I only recently started using a controller.
How do you do MMO hack and slash? That doesn't make any sense.
The combat of the MMO was hack and slash. The rest of the MMO was normal MMO.
So was it more like an MMO light? Like it had the MMO fixings with the combat and movement of more of a hack and slash action game.
Yeah. That's the easiest way to say it.
Okay.
I wouldn't use the word light because it still was a heavy MMO, but the combat side of the MMO.
When someone says MMO, I just automatically, I guess, associate it with
like WoW or
like MMORPG, which I almost can't imagine an MMO that not being an RPG.
Yeah, it's weird. Some of them aren't.
I mean, if you like that, fair enough. What about the TV show? Did that fare any better for you?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed the Witcher TV show. That's why I wanted more of The Witcher. I was contemplating getting like an audio book of the one of the Witcher books or something like that because I did enjoy the comic book that I read back a while ago. But then I thought, wait, I have the games. Let's just start with the first one. And that announcer hooked me. He was like, Geralt of Rivia. You know how announcers are.
Right.
And I was like, damn, this is going to be cool. And I was like, sweet. And then I got to the combat. I was like, okay, maybe I'll unlock some more abilities. Got a couple more abilities. And I was
We only played for half an hour, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta wait. You gotta play for longer than that to
But I thought,
get more abilities.
in my head, I was just thinking, okay, if I hate it at 30 minutes in, there's no reason for me to keep playing right now. So maybe it's...
That's really weird.
Yeah,
As someone who is a connoisseur of anime like yourself,
yeah.
I mean, you got to give them what's the rule? 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
3 episodes is certainly longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah, I got to give it at least an hour and a half.
And I think you got to give a video game more time to develop than an anime.
It was really just the combat. So maybe I'll go back in and see if GOG can kiss with my Xbox controller and see if that'll work. It should. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to do that.
Kiss with your... That's a very strange...
Connect?
Very off-putting way to put it.
I reckon so. Apex Legends got a buff, though.
By the way, I also really enjoyed The Witcher 3, The Witcher Netflix show. I think Geralt and Henry Cavill and co. do a very good job. I think it gets better as it goes. I want to find out what happens. I want to find out more about the Bard, what happened to him, because he kind of disappears in the last episode. It kind of sucks, obviously, with all this Corona stuff going on. The season 2 has been postponed, I think, until 2021, hasn't it?
Yeah, I do believe you.
So that obviously sucks, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward, possibly even more, to watching season 3 of Castlevania.
Oh yeah, we need to watch that. It's
Can't wait.
We really do. Man, I really like Yennefer. I thought I was gonna hate Yennefer, but I
like Yennefer. I like her more in the game, I'll say.
Okay.
But I like Yennefer.
Yeah, but Apex Legends got a update. Now the duos and trios. Well, trios was always in the game, but now duos is in the game as well with a map rotation.
That permanently?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so you can, and there's also a map rotation of you can play World's End, King's Canyon, or King's Canyon at night.
Is that permanent as well?
I do, but yeah, I think so. And then Lifeline got some updates to, there's little blue camp boxes now.
Yeah.
Where
the loot boxes.
And she can open up a special hidden compartment now that gets you extra goodies that other characters can access. And then
healing items, or
it is, they specifically said gun, what are they called? Hop ups.
Okay.
And then knockdown shields and body armor.
Interesting.
And they updated some other stuff. Go check out the patch notes if you want to check that out. But I've really been enjoying the duos. It's really fun. Takes a little bit to queue here or there, depending on the time.
Maybe maybe we can play together if it's duos.
It's really. I feel like since it's two people, it's way easier just to take down 2 people than it is to. Okay, it's like there are 3 of us fighting these 2 people. Where's their third guy?
Right.
It's like, where's the third person? It's one less person you got to worry about.
Hectic and action packed with 2 people.
It really is. There's a lot of hot dropping. I've been hot dropping more lately, just going right in, especially with the buffs they gave to Revenant. Man, it's so good. And I figured out.
Yeah, you told me that Revenant got some buffs.
And I figured out that you and a teammate can go through the alt.
Wait. Oh yeah. I think you told me that. I didn't know. I never could remember.
Oh my gosh, it is so much fun to just be able to run a gun. Kind of that. I'm really enjoying what they're doing with Apex.
I haven't played in a minute. Maybe I should hop back in.
I figured out that Forza is the best video game to digest podcast on.
Just chillax.
Yeah, just chillax. And, I was like, I can't go outside. So
I would see your Forza and raise you in Animal Crossing, but to each his own.
To each his own. I really enjoyed it. I figured it is coming into springtime. I need to go on there and get some of the winter stuff done. Win some more races. I got to race against a hover carrier and also a train.
Holy crap, that's badass.
Yeah. I beat the hover carrier, but the train beat me by like 10 seconds.
Holy crap, that train destroyed you.
Yeah, it was insane.
Was it
It was a locomotive steam engine.
Okay, it wasn't a...
No, it wasn't like a speed bullet. It was
Okay.
It was a traditional train.
That's badass.
It was really cool. I was like, what is this? And they're like, hey, listen, we need you to race this. It's like, okay. Because it's funny, because all in all, at the end of the day, there is what you're playing is campaign, and there is a story to it. So I found some cars and some barns and got them restored and some other stuff, and finished the winter competition for that and got into spring. And then I was like, all right, I'm in spring. I'm done for now, because doing all that winter stuff to get enough. What is it like? Cool points or whatever they call it. It's
Cool
like
points.
It's
like social media crap, right?
Yeah, it's like points or followers or whatever to get you into the next thing. Tried to jump on to play some elimination, but it shows you how many people are in your session. And at the time, there was only like 5 people or 7 people in my session.
That's weird.
Well, and if it goes down to just one, it'll re-queue you into another session. So it'll always be putting you in a session with people, and because sometimes there's rivals. So if someone beats you, you can become rivals with them, and then you can like roll up on them and be like, "We're racing right now," and it'll set a random GPS spot, and so that's really fun.
I look forward to that. I think the gameplay of that is so good, and the graphics are just gorgeous.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
It's really cool. I figured out this time that you don't have to just sit around and race. There's tons of different stuff you could do. There's like you could just do the stunt driving, and that unlocks more stunt driving stuff you can do. You could just do the there's like little speed traps you can drive through and keep seeing if you could beat your
record.
Record. Or you could also do these jumps. They want
the jumps are really fun.
Yeah, and so you can do those, or you can just go around hunting. They'll put different spots on the map and be like, "Hey man, if you find a car in this barn over here in this area, you can keep it, and we'll just fix it up for you." And it's like sometimes it's legendary cars, sometimes it's old cars. So it's actually a lot of fun stuff to do. I think I'm gonna put that in my little wheelhouse. Rotation. It's really fun because you can jump in and play for 30 minutes, an hour, 5 minutes. A race here or there.
You say 5 hours.
I probably played for 3 hours the other day.
I used to, back on Xbox 360, love just spending hours playing Forza. So I definitely understand the kind of addiction loop that game has. It also says here you're playing some Shadowverse.
Yeah, so I jumped back into Shadowverse. The first episode of the anime aired.
There's another card game anime.
Yes, this one, it honestly might be its own up there with like Yu-Gi-Oh for me. It is hilarious. The first episode, because Shadowverse originally started like on the smartphone, and then it got put on PC, or vice versa. I don't know, whatever. And so the kid in the first episode is just always like, "Man, I really need a smartphone. My granddad won't get me one." And then he finds one in his garage. He's like, "Oh, my granddad did give me a smartphone. He loves me."
Oh, no.
And then it becomes the thing of, "You took Magune's phone. Well, she shouldn't have wagered against me." It
sounds awful.
It was really funny how they're doing it, because it's not just because the card game itself has its own story with all the characters, and so this isn't just that. They're making it.
Well, they're making it to sell cards instead of for a story.
Yeah, which is funny because you can't just outright buy cards on that.
Well, they're making it so you'll spend money on the game. Is what I'm saying.
And there's an anime tie-in. So while I was like, okay, I watched the episode of the anime. Okay, I'll load up the game.
See, and got you.
Yep, I'll load up the game, get the free pack, and get the free cards they're giving out and cosmetics and stuff. And so, and luckily the deck I was playing last rotation is still in rotation this time. Nothing rotated out, which is always a pain in this game because it's really hard to get new cards without.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's really, really hard to get new
Somebody
cards.
was telling me that by the time they got the deck they wanted, it was rotation.
Yeah.
How often is rotation?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I used to be in it. I used to play it a lot, but now I just log in, get my rewards, maybe play an online 1 or 2 online matches, then get out. Because you keep your rank.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I've
been at B1 for, I don't know, 2 years now.
Is there a rank? Wait, if you lose,
you lose, you can D-rank, but you don't lose your.
Okay.
But by not playing, so like the masters that are in masters are still masters.
There's no decay.
There's no decay.
At the highest.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, and what people were doing is they got to, I've been playing since it pretty much came out and kind of fell off because, I stopped playing and then a new set would come out, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to dump $50, $100, $300, however much it is to get a new deck to just.
How much? What?
Well, think about it. You got to buy the packs, and it's not guaranteed to get anything you want. So you have to buy packs to get cards, and then you can take those cards and turn them into like a currency to make cards. But a Runeterra logic or Pokemon logic, a VMAX or a legend or a champion
Like
in
an ultra rare.
Yeah, like an ultra rare or Shadowverse calls it legendary. A legendary cost 3,000 points or vials or whatever. My ring keeps hitting the chair. A legendary cost 3,000 points. And so a deck might cost you 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 points, depending on the rarity of the cards that you have to have in it. And it's 3 copies, 4 copies, 3 copies. I can't remember. Play sets of stuff. And so it gets expensive. So if the new deck that you want to play of the format needs 3 or 4 legendaries, that's 10,000, 9,000 points right there, depending on the legendary. And so it kind of sucks because you're like, okay, I don't want to melt down these cards that I need, and then yada yada.
You get a decent amount of points and stuff for playing, or
that's the thing. You can get the vials, but you have to do certain missions to get the vials. You can't just outright buy the vials either.
And you don't get them just for straight up playing. Or?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real bad. It's one of the hard. Like you can get them from playing, but you have to play it. Like
right.
You have to grind it.
I mean, that's one of the more popular online card games too, isn't it? It's up there with Hearthstone, and I'm sure Hearthstone is number one. But I think Shadowverse is fairly popular.
It's really, 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 really popular in Japan. But again, those people, that's what they play. Not all Japanese.
It's kind of like a meme. I feel like in the card game community. Oh no, this is really popular in Japan. Well, bitch, we in Japan, are we?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
We have a friend that tried to tell us that some things were more popular in Japan than Pokemon, and that
it's like that's not true. It's Pokemon.
Why are you trying to? Anyway.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
So yes.
Oh no, you understand? In Japan,
we're in America.
Never mind. I want to say something. I was gonna say
the anime got me back into the anime got me back into the video game, and this vicious cycle continues.
It starts anew.
It really does. I'm really glad that the deck I built did not rotate though.
How is the Power Rangers fighting game?
I thought I was pretty happy with me getting to Gold 3 until I looked up the Steam charts. At the all-time high of this game that has been out since, I think, 2018, the most players they have ever had playing that game at once was 194.
194.
194 all-time high. Like that's the highest.
That's bad.
And so I was like, okay, I want to see what Tekken was doing. What has Tekken done?
Yeah.
In the last 7 days, Power Rangers did 42 or something like that. 42 people played in the last 7 days. And so I wanted to see what Tekken did. I think Tekken did close to, 30,000 or something in the last 7 days or something like that. And so I don't know if I will be returning to play that game.
I mean, if it's good.
It's fun. I will say that it is the spammiest fighting game I've ever played ever. I had to watch a YouTube video on it afterwards to make sure I wasn't just going mad. But you can just catch somebody in a combo essentially, and there's no way for them to break out of that combo.
I wouldn't call that spammy.
What it is there's a move one of the Power Rangers has, and they can go from one side of the screen to the other, back and forth. And so if they hit you in the right combo, they can just ping pong. They can play ping pong with you back and forth across the screen, which is kind of annoying. But all in all, it is a labor of love for Power Rangers fans. You can tell they put a lot of work into it. Does it have all the characters? No.
I mean, they're still updating the game.
They are updating the game. I think they're about to go into season 9 of their competitive season, and everything like that. I don't think this is going to be on the Evo stage anytime soon.
Maybe it's the first game, and they're on Tekken 7.
Yeah. So it was still fun. When I got beat, though, it was still kind of just one of those where, why? I was wondering why.
As your health got lowered before your opponents.
Yeah, I know. But no, I think I'll jump back in and play it here and there. It was,
You know that game's free on Game Pass now?
Yep, it was. It is. That definitely set in stone the fact of maybe I should stop buying video games, because all in all, there's an 80% chance it might fucking show up on Game Pass.
Where you getting that number?
Thin air. Thin air. It seems
You're not wrong.
It seems every game I have thought about buying or have bought appears on Game Pass.
I would say that there is a decent chance that if the game is over, if the game is over like 2 or 3 years old, and or if it is not a AAA game, that there is a decent chance that it comes to Game Pass, especially Game Pass for console, because it gets more games.
Yeah. And so, granted, I did buy the Power Rangers game when it was on sale, which is that's nice. And all in all, I'm fine with giving them money because they, it's Power Rangers. Why not? So yeah, maybe I'll dive back into that a little more when season 9 comes around.
Oh, is that what 194 meant?
Yeah, just so I didn't forget the number, and I didn't want to look it up during the show. Yeah. And then, like I was talking about The Witcher already, and I dove back into Westworld. I hadn't seen any of season 2. I'm not going to spoil anything. I will say, in my opinion, that I enjoyed season 2 more than season 1. And then I just needed to find out what happens. And so I just went and streamed season 3. Wow.
I've heard very good things.
Wow. That's all I'm going to say. It's just a wow. And you can take it for what you want to take it for. If you haven't seen Westworld, check it out.
I mean, everyone loves Westworld that's seen it.
It's
I really like season 1. That's all I've seen.
It's phenomenal. I love the way they took the story, and I like the way they're doing season 3. I haven't watched the episode that came out yesterday or the day before or whatever, but I can't wait to see what happens in that. But that's really it for what I've been up to and everything. Obviously, still playing the
what's up?
The 7 Deadly Sins game.
Oh yeah, still obsessed with that.
Still obsessed with that. I mean, I'm not playing it now.
That's good. That's
so
a good thing.
the
past 2 or 3 weeks, he's been playing it while we do the podcast. So this is a step in the right direction.
It's an improvement, and I'm trying to do better.
But as always, we do have some leaks and sneak peeks. Some more damn Silent Hill news. I don't really know what I believe at this point, because I've gotten to where I was always kind of lukewarm on the idea that Sony would ever buy Konami or its IP, and I definitely don't think that is a thing. But now that there are leaks, this one is from Push Square, or Push Square is reporting on it. There's also another leak reported by Tech Radar. This one's saying there is a Silent Hill PS5 rumor going around, and I don't know. This one. The title of the Push Square article says Sony has been working on Silent Hill reboot for 18 months. Rumor. So there's so many rumors going around, especially the Silent Hill sphere.
Yeah, the franchise, whatever you want to call it. People really want another Silent Hill game.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they definitely do, for sure. I guess they've always wanted another Silent Hill game. It's been, I think the last one was on PSP, maybe? Or something like that. Obviously,
yeah.
There was the the playable teaser that unfortunately never came to fruition.
That was really fun to play. I played that a couple times. All in all, I think it's safe to say there will more than likely be a PS5 Silent Hill game.
Yeah, I would say that this makes me feel like that there is going to be a Silent Hill game. There's just so many rumors, which
Yeah.
kind of makes me excited because I never played the Silent Hill game. If this is in fact real, but I still have kind of a hard time believing that this is gonna be that Sony's gonna make it.
You know, I don't think it. I definitely don't. I don't see it being a launch title. I see it being towards maybe even, I don't know, early 2021, late 2021, probably for a Silent Hill game for PS5.
I mean, according to this Push Square article, it's supposedly going to be revealed sometime this month.
You know, sometimes, I like Push Square. They're great dudes, gals, good articles. Sometimes I think they're just talking out the side of their mouth.
Well, they're not talking out the side of them. This is a rumor. They're not making this up.
I know, but this rumor, it's like, it reminds me of the frickin' Umbrella Academy. I heard a rumor.
Umbrella Academy. What do you mean?
There's a
Oh, that show. I
That
didn't know
show.
what the hell you were talking about.
yeah. Can't wait for season 2 of that. That was a good show.
Yeah, that's an amazing show. Very, very good.
I think with you kind of diving headfirst into Resident Evil like you have, I think your next step is to do Silent Hill.
I mean, I would play Silent Hill if they came up with a new one, for sure.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. I liked one of the ones that I played, which I can't remember which one it was.
Okay,
But-
so I'm reading more deeply into this Tech Radar article, and they're reporting on a story by Rely on Horror, which is saying that a quote trusted source has disclosed that Sony will be quote the driving force behind bringing these series back. So I don't know. I don't know if Konami would get into bed with Sony or not. I mean, they definitely have a history with Sony. I'll give them that. You know, the Metal Gear games some of them were exclusively on PlayStation. Castlevania was obviously big on PlayStation. So they do have a history with Sony, but so many games have kind of gone multi-platform, including a lot of Konami games. I don't know if they would be willing to make it exclusive for Sony.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I think
it's possible.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think the PS5 will be kind of like a newborn baby that kind of bridges the two families together that hate each other, sort of. You know, it'll be one of those things that they'll
What
be
do you mean? Who are the two families?
Sony and Silent Hill. They kind of
Sony and Silent Hill don't hate each other. What do you mean?
do they not? I always thought Sony and Konami hated each other.
Why would they hate each other?
I don't know. I guess they had bad. I always assumed they had bad blood after what has happened. Maybe I've made up all this in my story.
What the hell are you talking about?
I honestly don't know. I guess.
Are you talking about? Are you mixing up the billion-dollar corporation that's Sony with the individual of Hideo Kojima?
After some extensive research on my part, I have understood that I was indeed mixing up the individual Kojima with the company Konami. So
No, you were mixing up Kojima with Sony.
yes, thank you. What he said is correct, ladies and gentlemen.
Konami or Kojima certainly does not have a bad relationship with Sony.
Yes, what he said is correct. So, going forward, hopefully I will be speaking correctly.
But I do think that this gives there at least a decent chance that there will be a Silent Hill game sometime in the future. I mean, that sounds too vague. Sometime in the near future, I would say that there may be a Silent Hill game. I think that there's decent odds of that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that there would be one coming in the future.
Moving into what might be the exact opposite direction, we have some Call of Duty news. According to a tweet here from Call of Duty Warzone News, they're claiming that Duos is coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 3. I'm guessing this is, or not I'm guessing, this is the, the Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone News is getting this from an update to the Warzone, I guess the game, which briefly it revealed an image of duos. Basically, it was taken down, but obviously the internet lives on forever.
Yeah, I definitely have enjoyed playing duos in Apex Legends, like I've talked about, and I enjoyed playing Warhammer,
War
Woo!
Groove,
War
Warzone.
Warzone. With some buddies the other day, they were on PS4 and I was on PC. And even though I'm not a Call of Duty head, I still enjoy playing it.
I think Warzone is fun. I think it's a well-made game. I think this newest Call of Duty is good, and I like playing Warzone. I haven't played it in a couple weeks. If I'm playing recently, if I've been playing a multiplayer game, it just has not been this.
Yeah. All in all, I think this is a good thing. It's always,
Sure.
because it sucks when you got, two or three people and you got to fill, that one person. You're kind of just like, do I want to have a fourth random on my team? Not really.
I think that battle royale modes are way more enjoyable if you're playing with people. I think they're kind of, I don't want to say bad, but battle royales can be very frustrating. You don't get the drops you want. Some idiot that you're playing with jumps off the map. You get ganked by, an entire squad that just decides to drop on top of you. But all that becomes more bearable if you have some buddies to play with.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely enjoy playing battle royales a lot more with friends than I do not with them.
Moving on, we have some news about Disco Elysium coming from a Eurogamer. The game's coming to Switch.
Sweet. That's awesome. I know a lot of people will enjoy that. The Switch is just a dang good console for gamer veterans and new gamers alike. There's just so much good stuff to play on there.
Yeah, I'm sure this will be well made. Eurogamer is saying that this is going to be happening, quote, soon. So look forward to that. I am not going to be picking this up. I have made I don't know. It's like the weakest, easiest stance to make, really. I will not be playing this game ever because the people who created it are the commies, and they have propped up people like Stalin. So I'm not gonna be picking this up, but I do understand it is very, very possible to separate the artist from the creator. Rurouni Kenshin's artist is a complete piece of shit, and he should rot in jail for the rest of his life and probably be beaten.
Yeah.
But
if you don't know about that, don't look it up.
I don't want to talk about it really.
Yeah.
But I do really enjoy Rurouni Kenshin, so I can 100% understand if you want to play this game. I would like to play it, but I've decided to put my money where my mouth is, as it were, save a few bucks, and not purchase this game.
There you go.
Moving on to some more survival horror news. This time in the Resident Evil verse. A lot of Resident Evil leaks lately. This originally comes from some VGC reports, which claims that Capcom, the people who own Resident Evil, is planning a Resident Evil 4 remake for sometime 2022. They report polls from multiple development sources, which claim that it is now in full production.
That's a pretty good idea considering
Yeah.
that they have done pretty well with their other remakes. I have heard a couple complaints here and there about Resident Evil 3 remake.
I've heard complaints that it's shorter, but from what I can tell, it's only a couple hours shorter at most than RE2 remake. So, it would have been nice if maybe it was a little cheaper, but you could maybe wait if you're worried about bang for your buck. Maybe wait for a sale or something.
Yeah,
but
that's definitely going to go on sale. I mean,
I think you can get it on Green Man Gaming for like $45.
Yeah,
already.
They're always having sales and stuff like that. So check them out if you want to get a little penny pinching going on.
But yeah, obviously, a lot of people were wondering, are they gonna remake RE4? Obviously, many people perceive that to be the the golden goose or the the end all be all of Resident Evil.
Yeah, a lot of people like this one a lot. I don't see why they wouldn't. Honestly, they did a great job on the first one. 2 knocked it out of the park. 3, you can't make everybody happy, but I don't see why they wouldn't make the 4th one. They'd be insane not to, especially just from the money standpoint.
Yeah, I'm sure it would make a lot of money. That would also line up with, there have been reports recently, rumors that a Resident Evil 8 might come out next year. So it would make sense if since RE3 came out this year, maybe Resident Evil 8, because it's been a few years. I think 2017 was when RE7 came out. RE8. If RE8 came out next year, which once again has been rumored to be an FPS, it's been rumored to have the same character. I think his name is Ethan. I swear every video game name every protagonist is named Ethan. I swear.
I guess, man, it's like the gold standard apparently.
But it's supposedly gonna have him in it as well. He was a fairly interesting character, I guess. The voice actor was pretty good, but so if Capcom wants to have a big Resident Evil release every year, it would make sense that they would have that next year, and then 2022 release the Big Daddy RE4 remaster, which I tried playing years ago and I never thought felt amazing, but I do want to go back because it's been years. I want to go back and try that again. I do have it on Steam. I got it super, super cheap. So,
they have sales here and there. Capcom's good to their people. I think it's a good thing though. I think I'd lean more towards this rumor being true than it is not true.
Yeah, even if it's not true, I would kind of think it would happen anyway.
Yeah, definitely is just all right, we're going to do, the logical thing for them to do is remake 4. They're not going to be like, all right, we're RE5 remake coming out 2021.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do wonder what are they going to do? Are they just going to stop the remakes? Because Resident Evil 5 and 6, I mean, they're PS3 games, so they're not that old. But also, people kind of hate those games.
Yeah.
Although I have a friend who loves Resident Evil 5.
I don't hate 6, but it's not my favorite.
See, I've always heard people say that Resident Evil 5 is okay, but that they hate 6. That's what I usually hear. Now,
granted, if I could see them, it's a 50-50 chance if they're going to go money grabber and just remake 5 and 6 and say screw it.
Why do you say it's a 50-50 chance?
A 50-50 chance of them doing it.
I know.
Versus not doing it. Because
I don't think they will. Why would they do that?
Well,
people hate those games with a burning passion. And the people who bought those, casuals buy those games. And the new Resident Evil games have not been, they've been completely, Resident Evil 5 and especially 6 they're less and less survival horror games, which Capcom has gone back heavily into making Resident Evil survival horror games. And even if they did, mind you, it would be like the mid 2020s by the time they got to RE6 if they wanted to remake that. But I don't see that working out for them. I don't think that's a 50-50 chance. I'd say more like a maybe 80 to 90% chance that they don't. Okay. If not more. Just because I think that people will immediately see through it if they do. People don't like those games at all, so where they won't buy them.
Yeah, true.
They will more than likely be review bombed. They won't be sell as well. Although I know that those are some of, if not the best Resident Evil games. It's not 2008 or 2013 anymore. You know what I mean? This is a different era.
True. It still doesn't mean they wouldn't do it, though. I mean, I've seen companies just go ahead.
But companies don't. I mean, companies make mistakes all the time. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a smart business decision. And
I'm saying there's a 50-50 chance of them saying, fuck it, we don't care.
but
We're going.
where are you getting 50-50 from? That's the problem I'm having.
I'm
here.
literally just making up the number.
Okay.
There's not, when I say all percentages are made up on the spot. I don't care what anybody says, even those.
I mean, yeah, I'm making up 90%, but the difference between me making up 9% is I have reason. I have a solid reason. Yeah, they could remake RE5 and RE6. Of course they could, but given the critical backlash that I believe they would receive, the fact that I don't think they would sell that well, and I think Capcom knows that people hate those games.
True, but
They
it doesn't
don't
mean they
want-
wouldn't just do it for the little bit of money they could get.
But that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to make sense. They could just do it to do it.
Why would they? I don't. You see the problem I'm having here?
You don't understand why Capcom would just remake those games
I understand
just to
that they would make. Companies don't. They're a very big company, and they didn't get that way from being stupid. And they've made mistakes, and they will most certainly make mistakes again. But those games are still. I think those games are still fresh in their memory. Like I said, one of the reasons I'm saying that they won't remake them is because they're not that old.
True, I guess the
And
PS3 is right there. So
it's only. I mean, probably 6 or 7 years old, maybe. I would say. I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't play the games. I've seen. For some reason, I've watched people play through RE5 multiple times. It seems like it's okay. But I don't think it's anywhere near a 50% chance that they would make that big of a mistake. Just looking at their recent history, people love the new RE games. They love Monster Hunter World. They love the new Mega Man 11 game. They love Devil May Cry 5. They love they love a lot of the stuff that Capcom has been doing lately. But, then again, what do I know? Capcom could lose their minds and make RE5 and RE6 remakes. You never really know. I don't think that they will, but you really never know, honestly.
They got to fund that Mega Man Battle Network.
I just don't think it makes
somehow,
sense. Yes, that's exactly what they should do. Screw RE5 and 6. No one likes them. Remake or re-release
all
Battle
five.
Network.
All 5 Battle Network games, please. Or I'll even take the frickin' Star Force Mega Man games. All 3 of those. Remaster those.
I've never even heard of that, but do that before.
Either ones, guys. Either ones.
Okay, let's move on from this. We got some very strange news here. This is actually it's a little bit old here. So, Jordan, Cooking Mama has been accused of data mining your Switch for cryptocurrency.
Now, 1, that'd be a damn good idea for developers. 2, depends on what the Cooking Mama numbers are. How many copies of this game do they sell?
I have no idea. Probably not that many.
Also,
I can't imagine Cooking Mama sells more than a couple mil.
Also, I didn't realize there was another Cooking Mama game for Switch. I might pick this up. I've really enjoyed playing it.
You can't buy it. They took it down from the store.
Well, damn it.
Yeah, because it was because of all this. There's been rumors of it making your Switch run slower because of this data mining. They talked about something called blockchaining to other insider kind of stuff, but they did release it to the public, and people have also used that as a kind of a connector. I heard someone say my Switch can't. It runs The Witcher 3 at 720p, and I can't have themes, but Cooking Mama is mining my data for cryptocurrency.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. They did come out with a official statement and say, as developers, we can say with certainty there is no cryptocurrency or data collection or blockchain or anything else shady in the code. Continuing on, they said the Nintendo Switch is a very safe platform with none of the data and privacy issues associated with some mobile and PC games, end quote. Listen, man, you don't gotta throw us shade to mobile game and PC game users. Do we like our mods? Yeah. Does it sometimes give you malware because you downloaded a mod from a bad website because you just wanted Minecraft to look like real life? Yeah. I mean, it's happened. Happened before.
I
But
do understand what they're saying there. They want the Switch. Switch is much more closed off ecosystem than PC,
Yeah,
and especially Android.
I definitely understand what they're saying there. I was just speaking from personal experience of if you don't know what you're doing on certain platforms, you can fuck stuff up.
Oh yeah, you definitely
Real
can.
bad.
I just thought this was kind of a goofy story. I remember my sister actually liked the Cooking Mama games for like DS or something.
Yeah, I bought one. That was the first game I got my mom for her DS.
Oh really?
Cooking Mama and Brain Age.
Oh, I like Brain Age. Brain Age is fun.
Yeah, so I do like the Cooking Mama games. They're really fun. It's not bad for a.
Yeah, it's not bad. I remember PETA would always make those stupid Cooking Mama games.
Oh yeah,
I hate PETA. Who likes PETA? They're just terrible people.
they are pretty trashy.
I remember you always read the stat about how they kill more pets than they save every year or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that Cooking Mama is the reason that everybody had to get another Nintendo DS. The little stirring the pot on your other 3DS, your screen.
That was Pokemon Ranger for me.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't even a good game.
It wasn't a good game. Man. Terrible.
Honestly, the whole story, though, it's this apparently also the publisher or the developer one, I can't remember, is kind of from like Russia or something. So people were like they're made out of a cat. I've heard people compare where they developed the game out of to like a cabin in the middle of Russia. So maybe that has something to do with all this as well.
Maybe. Also, I know this would be a terrible thing for developers to do, but that would be a genius idea if they actually did do cryptocurrency mining on the piggybacking off of a video game.
Well, that seems like a bad idea to me.
It would be a bad idea, but
I thought you said it would be a genius idea.
it would if you didn't get caught because you
Like
had
you 100% would.
yeah, because people would be like, "Oh man, this new AAA game is it goes real slow. What is happening?"
That's at 10 FPS.
If it's below 60 at this point, I'm looking at something. Something's
On my
going
PC,
wrong.
well, on my PC, sure. On my console, not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
But moving on, we got a couple bits of controller news here. First up is from the PlayStation. Well, PlayStation has revealed the new PlayStation controller, and it is not the DualShock 5. Interestingly enough, it is being called the DualSense.
I don't know. Holy shit. I have never seen, every time something new happens, little Billies and Jezebels come out of the woodwork and spew pus into the existence. I hate gamers. I hate saying I'm a gamer sometime.
What is this in relation to?
This is in relation to the backlash people have given this controller just over how it looks.
I think this looks goofy as hell. I think this looks like the Marshmallow Man of PlayStation controllers.
You're talking about the color though. Just the color, right?
Also, no.
What else do you not like about it?
It looks like someone took a tire pump, poked it into the headphone jack, and pumped it up to twice the size as normal. It looks like the D-pad almost looks flush. Not just the D-pad, but when I first saw this, I thought it was a concept art. Because it looks flat.
It's not.
Obviously, it's not flat. It's a controller.
I mean, yeah, but when you look at it from different angles, it's not a bad controller at all. I don't know why these people are acting so outrageous about it.
It looks dumb as shit.
What really? Give me what makes it look dumb as shit?
What do you mean? I just told you 3 legitimate reasons.
I don't think any of those are true.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't.
They're opinions.
I guess that's. I don't.
I think I don't like that fact. I don't care that much, but these are legitimate complaints. They're silly complaints, but they are complaints. It looks silly because it's puffed up. I don't like the fact that the default the color is white. maybe mainly because that means the PlayStation 5 is going to be white. I don't.
I don't think it'll be white. I think
No.
it'll be black.
It will be white.
with-
Every single PlayStation has been the same color as the controller.
But this is also a two-tone controller, which means the PS5 is probably a two-tone black and white combination.
Yes, but I don't think that's true. But even if it's true, this is what would you say, 85 to 90% white?
Yeah, but I think they would probably do the reverse for the
No.
console,
That would wait. Why would you think that?
just because that would be what I would do. I mean,
But-
I do not have any insight or anything like that. It's
Gosh,
literally
I can't deal with this.
it is literally just a speculation.
That's not speculation. That's just a random thought.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that you don't. The only thing I hate about this controller is I hope it comes in a different color. I don't really
It'll
care.
go in a different color eventually, sure. But I'm sure it's gonna be white, at least for a little bit. I also kind of think this looks like they tried to make their version of the Xbox One controller and failed. I think this looks stupid as hell compared to the Xbox One X or the Xbox Scarlet controller.
It does compare to the Xbox controller a lot. The first thing I did when I saw this, I did grab my DualShock 4 and hold it up and compare it. And instead of being, have not straight.
Wait, you said this looks dumb compared to the Xbox Scarlet. Why do you not think this looks dumb in general?
Did I say it? I didn't mean to say it looks dumb. I meant to say that it looks. I can see where they got the Xbox vibe from, or where it has the Xbox vibe. But what I was saying is, when I first saw this, I picked up my PlayStation 4 controller and held it up and looked at it, and it went from having, strong lines, I guess streamlined lines. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Going from a shape I knew to like a hybrid PlayStation. It looks like a Xbox controller with PlayStation buttons on it.
It looks like they tried to do that. I don't think they succeeded.
I don't hate the way this looks, though. I hope it has another color at launch. Again, mostly because, you see the stereotypical jokes of, oh, it's white, it's going to get dirty quick, or this and that. I mean, the stereotypical
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
Stereotypical gamer answers.
That's actually that's another decent excuse for not to like this, honestly. The main reason, honestly, might be because I don't want the PlayStation 5 to be white. And think about the commercials. When you see a PlayStation 4 controller, what do you see at the end of the commercial? You see the PlayStation,
Yeah.
the PlayStation 4, and sitting beside it is the PlayStation. That's the DualShock 4.
Yeah.
It's black. Now imagine this. Just recolor, because we don't know what the PlayStation 5 looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, keep the PlayStation 5 black, or the 4 black. Now change the controller to white.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
weird as hell, right?
Yeah, it does.
So that would be weird for marketing. I don't think because of the history that I spoke of. To me, this tells me that the PlayStation 5 is going to be white.
My thought, just thinking about this, of why they're going white as opposed to black, because the Switch is its own thing. They got the fun.
You're talking about. Sorry, continue.
The Switch has its fun Joy-Con colors. Xbox is black. Granted, they had, they were green back in the day and yada yada, and
They were black. They had
black and green.
Yeah.
And so they're black. And I think Sony is. I don't know how they think. I don't know anything about that.
They do it. Granted, or not granted, but to give some credence to what you have said, they do make weird, dumbass decisions.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking this is one of their weird, dumbass decisions. Like, we're going to stand out. We're going to be able to be. Our system is white.
This is not where you make your stand. I do not want my PlayStation 5 to be blindingly white and stand out from everything.
I mean, honestly, it would not fit in. It wouldn't fit my color scheme at all.
No, it wouldn't fit anybody's color scheme. It's not 2009 when everyone has Macs.
I have seen some battle stations that have white and black aesthetics, but mostly for a lot of people, they do not have black and white setups.
They just have
you know,
what color are people's TVs
exactly.
or DVD players? Of course, this could be your DVD player, whatever.
Yeah.
Or sound systems. It's the black.
Yep. I mean, the literal only reason I bought a PS4 is because I fell in love with the Spider-Man design of the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, that's obviously different, but
but still,
that's still a good argument that that's a cool looking.
It is
a console.
And this is, I will say that my thing is I wanted it. Granted, nobody's had this controller in their hand or anything like that. I need that feel because I don't want it to be, like I've talked about multiple times on the podcast. I made a mistake of back in the Ouya, and that controller feels like Dookie in your hands. It feels like hot molten lava shit.
I'm sure this won't feel it probably won't feel bad. I just think it looks a little goofy, and I don't think this is the biggest deal in the world. Even if it is white, the PlayStation 5, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I think it's going to stand out like a sore thumb in a lot of people's setups.
But luckily, D brands, they're going to be on it. You're going to be able to stick her up.
You could do that. You could get a.
You could get a D
brand. Or you
brand.
could spend a lot of money and get somebody to paint it or something.
Or yeah, like colorware a PS5 or something like that. I'm sure they're going to hop on that too.
That's just a lot of money.
That is a lot of money because you pay.
What's it called? Unbox Therapy, the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He talks about he had his AirPods done, and I know it's super expensive.
Yeah, it definitely is. So all in all, I mean, think about it for all you sticker heads. If your PS4 is white, just slap some stickers on there.
I can't do stickers anymore, man. They come off, but I mean, I guess I don't know. I am glad that they got rid of. We could actually talk about stuff besides the way it looks.
Yeah.
So that there's a microphone, which is nice. They do say that it'd be better to have the built-in mic is not going to be the best, but it's there. It's good, which is good.
Yeah, it'll be good I think it'll be really good for just helping people communicate. If you're just obviously maybe not when you're playing a game, but if you're just hanging out, in a party with your friends, just kind of catching up. The thing I'm interested in is they talked about adapting the haptic feedback to the LNR triggers and stuff to kind of give you the grittiness feeling.
Yeah, they talked about that last year.
Of when a car or something is going through mud or something like that. And I was, obviously playing Forza with the Xbox controller because I'm not a madman and trying to play it on mouse and keyboard, which I did for a little bit when I first started. and then I was like, turning a car with WSAD is very stupid. So,
oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so I was just kind of feeling the vibrations and stuff in the Xbox controller, and it does. There's little nuances of different vibrations based on what I was driving on, whether it was snow or asphalt or gravel. And I was like, okay, that's pretty impressive. And I kind of thought, okay, well, what's this going to be like in a Sony controller? Because I know at least for me, the PlayStation controllers, at least my PS4 versus an Xbox One controller, the PS4 had always the stronger vibrations in my opinion. Excuse me. As far as, feedback goes, everything like that. So it is interesting some of the choices they decided to make with this controller.
I do wonder if anyone's ever going to if developers are actually going to use that stuff.
I don't know either. Also, there's no share button on this one.
Yeah, there is. It's there's a new button.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Called Create.
That's right. They're trying to.
I think is like the same thing as share. They're just trying to maybe make it a little better.
Yeah.
It's a content creation button basically. If you want to
so you can just
stream or make videos or something.
I think that's cool. I think it's a lot. Granted, I'm sure it's a madhouse to try to edit and upload a video from your PS4.
Holy I don't think.
I'm sure there's some people that do it. They're like,
oh yeah,
and I'm sure they make good content.
I think most people who do that are more than likely just streamers, though.
Yeah,
they don't edit it as much.
Yeah, exactly. They just
Although the PS4 does have some editing tools.
It does. So all in all, I'm glad they released this. I'm sure they have a lot of. I was kind of scrolling through the comments of the tweet, and man, gamers are real pissed.
Well, gamers are always pissed.
That's true. You can never make I
like the fact that they go to the light bar. That big. I hated that thing.
Where's that at? Oh, on the back.
How can you miss it?
I
Holy crap!
well, when I use it on my PC, I just turn it off.
Oh, you use your. I don't think you can turn it off completely.
Yeah. There's a program you can download to use your
Oh, okay,
PS4.
I've never used my PlayStation 4 controller on my PC.
I forgot what game I was using it on, but I was using it on something, and they're like, "Here, download this."
I like the Xbox controller a little bit better.
It is seamless, but yeah, I could look. There's this program you could download, and you could change the lights. You could change all this stuff. And I was like, "Okay,
Can't
cool."
do it on PlayStation though.
Nope.
That would make too much sense.
That'd be awesome.
I remember somebody actually like opened up their PlayStation 4 controller and basically jailbroke it to where they could turn it off completely,
Sweet.
and it saved like an hour or two for it with battery.
Oh, sweet.
Because this dumbass light that no one gets. See, this is the kind of stupid decisions that Sony made. Oh, let's put a big light on the back. Put it across Leon's face while you're playing Resident Evil.
It reacts if you're in a bad situation. It goes the colors of the game. I don't care.
I don't want that to become the haptic feedback that you're speaking of. Because Nintendo Switch has that.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about haptic feedback and Nintendo Switch? It's a gimmick. And I'm kind of thinking that's what will happen with these trigger things as well.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like a little thing that no one really cares about. But
also, if you want to see some mock-ups or some fan art of different versions of the controller, check out Boss Logic on Twitter.
He did a Death Stranding one.
Yeah, he's done some awesome draw-ups of this, I guess, controller.
It's so big, you have a lot of room.
That's really well. He did like a recolor. His was basically just black, and he did the Sony colors on the PlayStation logo right there, and just did some other stuff. It looks really cool. So check it out. And he was like, "Hey, Sony, if you need some ideas, here you go."
There's also there's a mute button, which is nice, and there's a headphone jack.
Yeah, that is nice. It's every once in a while I want to plug a headphone jack into my phone, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have one anymore. So it's nice to see that controllers still have headphone jacks.
Yeah, it's not like regular wireless headsets are getting or wireless earbuds are getting cheaper, but it's still a decent amount of money to get a nice pair of wireless like gaming headset. It's still I looked into getting some HyperX.
I was looking at those the other day.
$200 or $300.
Yeah, they're expensive.
So
I just use my Raycons in my PC.
Yeah, I mean I don't blame you.
They work fine, and yeah. Oh, this is also going to be USB-C, which is nice because
yes, thankfully.
I have so many. I mean, my Switch is USB-C, my phone is. This might as well be.
Thank God they're not doing some weird ubiquitous, or not ubiquitous. That's the opposite of what I'm thinking of.
Proprietary.
That's the word. Like Apple-esque.
Yeah.
Technology.
Or what they did.
USB Type 47C. It only works on your PlayStation 5.
Thanks, Sony.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
It's like, oh, you need a memory card for your Vita?
I'm having UMB flashbacks over here.
Yeah, freaking. Oh gosh.
They are very.
Sony's a weird ass company.
If somebody does that, the more I talk about this, the more I'm not surprised that they made this. That they might release a white console. Yeah, I'm not.
Oh my god! Oh my god! The PS5 is gonna be white. Oh my god! It's gonna be white. Oh my gosh! It is. It's just gonna be like the UMDs and the PS Vita memory and the UMD movies and.
Dude, remember you could watch movies on your Game Boy SP?
Dude, those things were banging. I had a Sonic episode.
One episode.
One. Just they never released any more. Just the one. Also, they were super expensive. It was like $30 for one episode.
Oh my god! Are you serious?
Maybe. I think I might be making that up.
I think you might be right, actually.
I think I might. I don't know though.
Because they wouldn't sell it for like $2 or something.
But it was a cartridge.
They had to print the cartridge, and cartridges are expensive to print.
I think it was two. Like it was one 30-minute or 23-minute or whatever episode of Sonic, the animated series, and it was the first episode when he comes to Earth. Holy crap! Is this how they got the freaking? Is this the Sonic movie? What they just did? I'm thinking back, and it's like almost the same, like plot to plot, the Sonic movie. But anyway, yeah, I had those, and I really liked UMDs until I
liked UMD. I think it's UMB.
Is it UMD? Universal Media Disc. UMD.
It is UMD. I'm dumb. Where did I get B from?
I don't know. I liked them until after 3 or 4 plays, they would split open.
You liked them? So you basically didn't like them.
I was like, oh, these things are sweet. It's a disc still. Heck yeah.
I hated. Why would they do that?
I don't know, man. It was so stupid. And then you take out the thing and the plastic would just come and the disc would still be in your PSP.
It got so bad that GameStop stopped taking
Yeah.
UMDs.
It was bad.
A few years ago.
It was so bad.
I remember one day this has probably been five plus years ago. I walked into my local GameStop. I had a bag full of PSP games. Just shitty old PSP games. He took like 3 of them, right? He probably gave me $10, maybe, combined for all 3. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't take the rest of them for various reasons. So I start to walk out. I start to walk out of GameStop. I like turn around, and he's helping somebody else. I just take this big sack of PlayStation PSP controllers and just set them on the counter and walk out.
Good man.
I don't want this shit.
I did the same thing with it was like a busted PS2.
Yeah.
And GameStop was like, we can't take this.
Really?
And
That's surprising.
And I was like, okay. And I had like a bunch of games. And I was just like, okay, cool. He's like, hey, you're forgetting your stuff. No, I'm not.
Hey, keep walking.
Hey, man.
Put your blinders up.
Hey, you can't leave this here. I swear it's not a bomb. Have a good day.
If you just don't say anything. Just
I just left. And he was like,
I guess I got a PS2 now.
yeah. And I looked at him when I got to the door. You can sell it. You can put it in the trash. You can take it home. I don't care. I don't want it. It's not leaving this building with me. Goodbye. So, yeah, it's, man, Sony, they're a weird now that, when you start putting up all the weird stuff
They're
they've
very
done.
Japanese company still.
Yeah, man.
Make a lot of baffling decisions. I'm still scared that it's not gonna be backwards compatible with PS4. All right, we got some more. we got some more controller news from Valve, because that's the company I wanted to make me a controller. Everyone likes that Steam controller, right?
These look like, what is this? Am I practicing to be a DJ? To make pizza?
Have you never seen the Steam controller?
No, I have.
It's
Where's my other joystick?
Holy shit! There's only one joystick.
This is for like a one-arm person, right? This is for...
No, I think it's designed to be able to play like Dota and stuff.
Who in their right damn mind is playing a Dota with this? Show me a pro Dota player that's playing with this piece of shit.
Oh, nobody's playing a Dota controller with this, but Tyler McVicker on Twitter, forgot that name of that website, has tweeted out a new patent has been published from Valve of a Steam controller with swappable components. That's pretty nice.
Oh,
the
it's
Xbox
modular? Okay.
Elite controller does something similar to that.
Yeah, it does. I do like modularization. It's really fun.
Yeah, but it's never... Nobody ever uses it.
If it's done well, it's
Even
fun.
when it's done well, no one uses it.
On a controller, correct. On other stuff, yeah. A PC case is modular. Love it.
But no one wants to dig around in a PC.
If it's modular and you can just move stuff around easy, it's easy. It's fun. I like
it's
it.
still a pain in the ass.
I guess.
There's never been anything that was modular that wasn't a pain in the ass.
To each his own. That's your opinion. I guess
you want to...
I guess you don't like customization.
This is what people want to do the only good use of something modular, in my opinion, is you take something and because aren't all PC cases modular? Yes, they are. You can put like cases that you buy that aren't pre-built. You get to put what you want in them if it will fit. Isn't that by definition modular because you can mod it?
Modular in the sense of you can switch where the power supply goes, or you can put your graphics card here, or you can
modular.
Yeah, the case itself is literally movable. You can move where your hard drives are. You can move. It's like adult Legos.
No,
but
Legos
crazier.
Adult Legos.
Hey, I guess.
No, I don't. I never was a big Lego guy. It's too much work. Somebody is actually dying.
Oh my
in
gosh!
house. Holy shit!
I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, if he calls again, we can go check on
Yeah.
him. I forgot what we were talking about. Oh,
Steam controller.
yeah. I understand what you're saying. As long as it's not I think they can get very gimmicky, I guess is what I was trying to say.
Yes, they can be shitty.
I'd say they almost usually are.
Yeah, like the Ouya. The Ouya had
Was
a
modular?
loosely. they marketed the fuck out of it too. You could change the faceplate of the controller.
What a bunch of
And they're like,
assholes.
it's modular. I'm like, oh sweet, I can fucking I can
That's
move the
not
button.
modular. That's
No, it's
like
not.
customizable.
Yeah, exactly.
That
So-
that's an incredibly loose term.
So for
Anyway,
someone,
yeah, they're making a controller.
for someone that has a Steam TV, you gonna get this? You gonna try out the controller?
Hell no, I don't even have that anymore. I sold it.
What?
Also, this is just a patent. It probably won't even come out.
True.
I sold that thing. I might have gotten. I don't even think I got my money back. I paid $10 for it. I still don't think I got my money back.
Wow. Man, we could be playing Steam in the living room right now.
I don't. It's not. It was. It never. It's always kind of a just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I had to go back and forth between my PC.
Hope it works. Yeah.
It never worked quite. Like it worked, but it was always a little finicky. It's a neat idea. I think they're supposed to be continuing on working on the app or something.
Okay. Well, Valve doesn't make the best decisions all the time.
No, but I'm not gonna fault them if they keep working on it.
No.
Maybe they'll make an actual good controller.
No, I'm sure for some people the Steam TV is a godsend. They love it. I'm sure it's amazing to them. But that's going to be it for the leaks and sneak peeks. Let's move on into some new games. Teamfight Tactics is available for iOS now.
Okay, so tomorrow or today,
Yeah.
when you're listening to this, if you are interested in Valorant, that is having a tournament at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time this day. What?
I'm surprised. I think it's really cool that I just found out who and what 100 Thieves are.
Oh yeah, they're like a video game organization.
Yeah, Ned Newman or what, I don't know his name. The guy, I went down this YouTube rabbit hole and ended up learning about 100 Thieves the other day. So I was like, oh, cool.
They're like, if you know who they're a video game professional team basically.
Yeah.
They
Company.
have there's a bigger kind of umbrella organization, and then they have teams for games like Overwatch, Fortnite,
League.
et cetera, League of Legends. But yeah, they're hosting a Valorant tournament tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or your local equivalent. I keep saying tomorrow, but this Tuesday.
Yeah, when you're listening to this. Also, Echo is out now. The newest Overwatch hero is available for y'all to play. So enjoy that if you're still playing that game.
And then Fallout 76 Wastelanders is available now. I think this has actually been available for a little bit. I forgot to report on it. I do apologize for that. But if you are interested in that, you probably already know about it.
Yep. Steam disrespected me the other day. I was like, hey, you want to get Fallout 76? And I was like, you want to go fuck yourself, Steam? No.
How much is it? Is it like $5 or something?
I think I might have seen the expansion, but it might be. Look it up for me.
Yeah, I'm going to look up Fallout
Because I don't want to talk out the side of my mouth.
Steam.
I think it was $40.
Wait, can you even still buy it on Steam? Because since Bethesda released that weird-ass
Maybe.
store?
I don't know. Maybe I was looking at something else then.
Okay, pre-purchase Fallout 7. What? Pre-purchase?
Did they put it back on Steam? Is that what I was seeing? Is that what they were telling me?
Okay, it says... Why the hell? It says coming to April... It says coming to April... April the 14th. What's today? That's today. What the hell?
It's Tuesday, really. We're bleeding into the next day.
That's weird.
That is weird.
It says $40. Do not
No,
pay $40.
No, don't buy this. But it was, the thing that pops up when you open up Steam, and it was like, hey, new stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, what is this?
I mean, if you're gonna get it, you might as well get the Wastelanders edition. It's $20, and they're claiming that this is gonna fix a bunch of the bugs and stuff. I think the Fallout 76 is still a good idea. That seems like it was kind of half baked.
Yeah, just watch a YouTube video before you spend any money on Fallout 76. I highly recommend that. I randomly thought about jumping into Red Dead Redemption Online the other day. Didn't because I don't want to play that game without a posse, and I don't have a posse. So.
All right, let's move on to the news that we're still calling the news. First up, we have some news from Valorant. While popularity on Twitch isn't the end-all be-all, if it's any indication of success, Riot's FPS Valorant has had a good head start. Riot recently announced it would use Twitch's drop service in combination with popular streamers in order to give access to the closed beta. The game has since exploded on Twitch, according to PC Gamer, getting as high as 1.7 million current viewers at one point, tying Fortnite's record, with some streamers such as Tim the Tatman, XQC, and Summit 1G getting well over 100,000 concurrent viewers. Summit specifically had over 300,000 people watching him at one point.
That's a whole lot of people.
That's like getting near Ninja with Drake levels.
Yeah, that's impressive, especially for a new game and for some of these streamers. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, obviously, this has at least somewhat to do with the fact that people are trying to get their hands on the game.
Oh yeah,
But still, I mean, people are getting massive numbers with this.
which is good for them. You know, everybody's being able to. You know, I've seen a lot of streamers. A lot of their subs are gifting out subs. So all in all, it's helping.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal time for the streamers.
I mean, it's good for everybody. It's good for Riot because
Exactly.
it's publicity. It gets people get their hands in the game. It's good for the streamers. Obviously, they make money. They get their names out there.
True.
It's good for the players because they get to watch the game and they get access to it.
Mm-hmm. They
So
get
it's
insights
a
from the streamers and
win-win-win.
different stuff like that. I've caught myself just popping into a stream here or there and trying to learn some more stuff about the game here or there. Because it definitely, in my opinion, definitely can't just take your normal approach of a shooter to this game. It definitely is going to take some different,
Takes some getting used to.
some getting used to, some different. You're going to have to use a different part of your brain. It's not just a running gun. It's not just
No.
an Apex. It's not.
No,
I will
definitely
say that I have seen a lot of people using the same call outs they do as in CS:GO and other places like that. So
yeah, I've been trying to get used to. There's terms such as heaven, which I think means high,
yeah,
like the highest point on the map or near you.
yeah, I've seen stuff like heaven, gutter, like double,
Sewers.
yeah, sewers, double doors, different stuff. Like they use very distinct communication to relay essentially sentences and sentences of information.
Yeah, I'm still kind of getting used to all that. I'm really enjoying watching a lot of these people. I've been watching Seagull play a lot of it. Really enjoying it, and I plan on playing it myself for a some time to come.
There you go. So you think this is going to be the next big thing? Going to be able to rival?
I kind of do. I kind of think this is gonna be the next big thing.
Yeah, Overwatch numbers and maybe rival.
I mean, it's already Overwatch hasn't been doing great on Steam. I mean, it's a 4 or 5 year old game, so that's kind of to be expected.
Do you think it's going to be able to hit Apex numbers and stuff like that, or
I don't even remember what Apex hit, honestly.
I don't know. I guess I'm
You're
just
talking about players.
I'm talking about just
50 million. I don't know if it'll be able to hit 50 million.
I'm talking about just the as far as the player base, the consecutive player base after launch. You think it's just going to kind of be hyped and then kind of fall back down, or you think it's just
I think this game is. I think it's gonna definitely maintain. I think what I kind of foresee is maybe it doesn't get at Apex's peak, but it consistently maybe stays higher than Apex. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. The biggest thing for me, regardless of what they, not regardless. Well, yeah, I guess kind of regardless of what they do to the game, what I see is that Riot is a smart company. They listen to the fans. They damn well know what they're doing when it comes to League. They're doing a pretty bang up job on Runeterra,
Yeah, I like Runeterra a lot.
and it definitely
That's launching out of beta sometime this month, I believe.
yeah, I think the 20th.
28th, I think.
Yeah, so one of those two. So yeah, Riot is just not only just kind of rose up from being just a League of Legends studio to saying, hey, we can make a card game and we can fix stuff about it too. To hey, we also aren't just talking out the side of our mouth. We made a shooter, and hey, we got other stuff going on too. So it's kind of just like they just announced it and it just exploded with all this stuff. So it's insane to see their, obviously, it's really cool to see them branch out from League of Legends finally, instead of them just saying, hey, we have this stuff going on. Well, how's it going to do, right?
League of Legends is also quietly the biggest game in the world.
It is, yeah.
They just so they know what they're doing as far as infrastructure. They know what they're doing as with having a big fan base.
Yeah, exactly. They do a really good job with what that is and everything. Moving on to our last bit of news. In response to much criticism around loot boxes and similar game mechanics, the ESRB has made an addition to its labels, which includes random items to the game purchase section. Along with the news, the ESRB also released the following statement, quote, "This new interactive element in game purchases includes random items will be assigned to any game that contains in-game offers to purchase digital goods or premiums with real-world currency or with virtual coins or other forms of in-game currency that can be purchased with real-world currency, for which the player does not know prior to purchase the specific digital goods or premiums they will be receiving. Example, loot boxes, item packs, mystery rewards," end quote. According to the ESRB, the label will be applied to, quote, "loot boxes, gacha games, item or card packs, prize wheels, treasures, and more," end quote. That's a whole lot of stuff. Just let people know that it includes random in-game purchases. You think that people would be able to understand what that means.
Well, in-game purchases also contains things such as subscriptions.
I guess that's true.
There's a big difference between a subscription service in which you know exactly what you're getting and a loot box, which can be completely random.
True. Now I'm curious to look if the in-game purchase section has a subcategory that specifically says subscription.
Okay, so I've seen a picture of it. It's on the wherever it says M or T or whatever. It says it gives you the rating.
Yeah.
Beside that, it gives you the reasons for the rating, and underneath that, it says includes in-game purchases, and then if they're random, beside that, it says includes random items.
Okay, got it. It's not something I look at all.
No, I buy my games mostly digital.
Yeah.
And if they have in-game items, that means that it's multiplayer, which means I buy them 100% digital.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
How's it going to work for Fortnite?
What?
I said, how is this going to work for Fortnite?
I don't know, man. I guess a big slap screen when you're downloading the game. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure wherever you download the game. I never really think about it because I don't care.
Yeah.
At that point, I don't look at the rating.
I don't either. I look at the game and think, will I enjoy playing this? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking, oh man, this is if a game has a subscription, I know about it going into it because more than likely I attached some kind of payment system that allowed me to purchase the game and then would recur the said subscription on that card.
I do think that this is a good step though. Apparently they added this in-game purchases back in 2018.
Huh. Okay.
I didn't even know.
I didn't even, I guess it's one of those things that's not really on our radar because we don't really look at ratings,
But this is a good thing for, I guess, parents and grandparents.
Yeah, or anybody that will be gifting a video game to someone. It's always good to be like, should I get little Johnny Grand Theft Auto 5?
Still remember a grandmother returning a copy of Bloodborne that her daughter had bought for her son, who was like 8.
That's awesome, man. On the other side of that, I saw on Reddit a girl GameStop employee. A dad came in there asking what a good game for his daughter was, and the girl was like, well, "What does she like?" "Oh, she likes like anime and that other stuff." She's like, "Get her Bloodborne." and the dad bought her Bloodborne, and came back in later and was like, "My daughter fucking loves that game. Thank you." She's like, "I got you, weeaboo girl."
I mean, Bloodborne's not weeaboo because it's actually good. Got him.
Got me. Oh.
Did I get you?
I'll take it. I'll take one.
I'll give it to you.
I'll take one for the nation.
All right, that's it for the regular news. We do have a bit of Corona Corner news. First up, BlizzCon 2020 is apparently still up in the air. That's kind of shocking to me.
I really hope it still happens because I really need to know what's going on with this Diablo Immortal game.
Oh yeah, man.
I really need to know.
I don't care about Diablo 4, Overwatch 2.
Nope.
I don't care about any of that. I don't care about any new IPs they might be working on.
I just need to know I need to know if I can play Diablo on my phone.
And that's exactly what everyone wants to know, man. I mean, we have phones.
Exactly.
They asked us if we had phones. We do.
Oh my gosh, that was.
So, yeah, basically, Blizzard has tweeted out that's such a weird thing to say. Tweet out a tweet. I guess tweeted.
Yeah. There you go.
That talks about that it's still up in the air.
Yeah.
Basically. So I kind of think it will probably be canceled. Everything else has been canceled, and that's a big event.
Yeah. Moving on to some E3 news. The ESA has lost their goddamn mind.
Yeah, now they're not going to have a digital event either.
I think they're going out in the back and they're going to old yellow themselves and just say, screw it. Just say, we're done with it.
They're going to old yellow themselves.
That's
they're not
right.
even going to get their Johnny, whoever that kid's name was, to shoot them.
So the representative that was speaking to GameStop that's cited in this Gama Sutra article says, quote, given the disruption brought on by COVID-19 pandemic, we will not be presenting...
Pandemic?
It says pandemic.
Pandemic.
Oh, man, I like adding more words on things. We will not be presenting an online E3 2020 event in June, end quote. And then they go on to say, instead, we'll be working with our exhibitors to promote and showcase individual company announcements, including on www.e3expo.com in the coming months, end quote. ESA, I think you're a fucking idiot.
I think this is kind of a mistake. I think that they're going to... I mean, it says right here in this Gama Sutra article that Microsoft and Ubisoft immediately announced plans to host digital events. These companies aren't going to... Also, Microsoft announced that not only all Xbox, but all Microsoft events in general are going to be digital for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Just to fight this COVID stuff. But
Also...
Yeah, I think you're right on the money there. I think this is a mistake. I think that they must be hemorrhaging money.
Also, at least don't put it out there. At least ask some of the people that were still going to come, hey, can we do something digital online? And then tweet something about it. Don't just flat out come out and say, hey, we are not doing anything digital.
Well, they don't obviously have to have permission to do that.
True, but what I'm thinking is, now that they've opened the floodgates essentially and said, hey, we're not going to do anything digital, all these other companies are like, all the last companies that were still hanging on for some godforsaken reason, maybe they didn't have the infrastructure or the money to be able to do their own live stream media conference online or something.
It's free to stream it. That's the...
True.
But they might not have the knowledge of the infrastructure.
Yeah. And so now they're just thinking, well, I guess we're just going to figure out our own thing.
Yeah, IGN, obviously, we talked about that Summer of Games event last week. Big, huge companies like Microsoft and Sony can do their own thing. Although Sony said that they weren't going to be on E3. I mean, they still might do something. Companies are still going to announce stuff. They're not going to just be like, oh, well, E3's not happening. I guess we're not announcing Diablo 6.
I guess they'll just see it when they go to the store.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Also, Sony, I know you're listening, and I need you to...
Oh, yeah, listening.
I need you to get better at your live streams. That little developer introduction to the PS5.
I saw that. I finally watched a little bit of it. It's
trash.
Really weird.
It's cringy.
It's very cringy.
I don't like that man. I don't have any beef against him personally, other than the fact of he's creepy as fuck.
I mean, you can't really blame the guy, because it was kind of like he was supposed to be giving a speech in front of people, but were there people there or not?
No. There was no one in that room. It was.
I told
you the silhouettes. It looked, and I was watching it live, and everybody in the chat was like, "Yo, man, there's no one in this room. Why is this guy talking?"
It's so weird.
He had a question section where he was like, "Yeah, you.
Are you serious? I didn't. Why? Why?
I-
Why would they do
I
that?
about lost my mind at that point. I said, "Wait, what?" I said, "Who?" He's like, "Yes." Now we'll have our question segment. I was like, "What?"
Why not just release this in a press release or a YouTube video?
I'm like, "Why live stream it?" They live streaming. I was like, "Oh, PlayStation's live streaming on their YouTube channel. That's something big."
That's
It's talking about the PS5. Maybe they'll show us something.
absolutely
Talks about
insane.
SSDs the whole time. Trash. Well, that's really going to be it besides all that from the Corona Corner, except for Cyberpunk 2077 has some stuff going on. They kind of throughout the webosphere, we know a couple more things. It's still on track to be released. The DLCs are going to be revealed before the release with no less than what The Witcher 3 had, which is pretty awesome. They're working on polishing some stuff for that and everything of that sort, which is pretty great. And I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be awesome. I really think people are going to be able to enjoy it. Again, if you want to 100% support CD Projekt Red with that, you can buy it through GOG, and they get 100% of the proceeds, the team that worked on it, right into their pockets. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Moving on from the news into some deals section. First up, we have a deal from the highly lauded Stadia. That's right. Google has announced that you will be able to use their Pro service for free for 2 months.
Oh my gosh, thank you so
Yay,
much.
that's right.
Thank you, Google.
It goes from now until 2 months, and then you can play. And then $9.99. Remember, there was supposed to be a free version of this piece of shit service.
Oh, yeah. Is there not anymore?
There's not in yet. Moving on from a bad service to a good one, Twitch has announced their monthly free Twitch Prime games here, and I will read them out. So, let me scroll and scrolling and continuing to scroll.
And scrolling some more?
Yes.
More
he's got
scrolling.
it. I'm still son of... Okay, wait, no, never mind. This is riveting content. I'm having to scroll past all these crap that's not the games because I'm not reading all that crap. Okay, here we go. So, I don't think I've read any of this, although it's been out a minute apparently. Earthlock is available from April 1st until May the 1st. Kathy Rain, April 1st through May 1st. Etherborn, April 1st through May 1st. Light Matter, which same dates. And then the creme de la creme, baby. You can download Turok, the mother freaking dinosaur hunter, from April 1st to May the 1st. I already added it to my cart, baby.
Damn it. I guess I'm going to get Amazon Prime again.
So you can get Turok.
Yes, I fucking love that game.
Epic has also announced their free games this week. You can get Close to the Sun and Sherlock Crimes and Punishment from now until April the 16th. And you can get Just Cause 4 and Wheels of Arlia from April the 16th until April the 23rd. I feel like my mic is messing up.
It's just taking a nap.
And then finally, Ubisoft has announced that you will be able to download the best Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed 2, on your PC through Ubisoft's Uplay service starting April the 14th. Go check that out. You will be able to download it and keep it forever.
I always forget that Ubisoft has their own launcher.
Everyone has their own launcher now, man.
I know, even Rockstar. I need to download that one.
No, you don't. You don't. I think you get...
Vice City?
Is it Vice City?
I think it's Vice City.
I can't remember. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I guess you can probably only launch it through their service.
Probably.
So I guess if you want to play that, fair enough. I understand that.
I mean, I got to do something during this Corona time. I mean, this is a video game podcast, and I want to keep doing this. I got to play some kind of video games that isn't $7 in Grand Cost mobile game because I'm addicted. I need help. Please send help. Yeah, that's going to be the show. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Wannabe Podcast on Twitter. You can reach out to Ryan on Twitter at Ryan Divisions. You can reach out to me on Twitter at Swaylock. You can also follow us on Instagram at Wannabe Gaming. You can email the show, Wannabe Gaming. Wannabe Podcast
at gmail.com.
Yes, thank you. We'd appreciate it if you leave us a review on wherever you're listening, especially on iTunes. 5 stars, baby, and write whatever you want. Just literally whatever you want. Just 5 stars. And subscribe wherever you're listening to this. Hit the share button so you can share this out to your friends, families, everybody, etc. If you want to read Ryan's articles on Video Games Amino or Medium, those links are going to be in the description. And what else? We're everywhere. You can listen to this show everywhere. Pandora, Spotify. Anyway, you want to listen to podcasts, we're there. And that's going to be it. Stay safe. Play on.